and he knows how we operate.
But how's that possible?
He was one of us.
Oh man, I just cannot get over how terrible that scene is. Hey guys, it's Vengeful Parrot here from Two True Reviews, and today I'm going to be finishing up my review of Call of Duty Ghosts. Now, if you listen, there is a distinct lack of sound effects in this entire room, except for over in that one corner. You know, all the walking, running, jumping, all those sound effects don't play except in that one corner. And that glitch was confined to that one room. It wasn't across the whole level or anything. But those types of glitches are everywhere in the campaign. So not only do you have to suffer through a very dude bro-ish campaign where explosions will launch huge metal pipes over a catwalk and have no effect on you whatsoever because physics, but you have to suffer through sound glitches like that. And they weren't always like small ones. There were a couple times where I was sitting behind cover, you know, waiting for the people to stop shooting at me, and I could hear all the rounds like plinking off the cover around me, but everything else, like the gunfire and everything, just wasn't there. And it's not like the enemy was using suppressed weapons or anything. They were about like 15 feet away using fully automatic, unsuppressed like machine guns and assault rifles and that kind of stuff, which is, you know, kind of not fun. And I mean, as if that wasn't bad enough, like I said in my first video, the campaign as a whole is just plain terrible. The storyline is extremely predictable. Like, right when you think, oh, maybe it's not going to be predictable for once, it's predictable again. And the sound design is terrible. Voice acting, terrible. Script, terrible. Everything, just plain terrible. Do not waste your time with the campaign at all. There's not really any point. I mean, unless you, for some reason, really feel like experiencing it, you know, maybe you hate yourself and just like playing bad stuff like I do, then by all means, suffer away. Now, the multiplayer, I would love to be able to say was a completely different story, but it's not. They tried implementing some, you know, new aspects to the multiplayer to give it sort of like a more balanced feel and everything to solve some of the problems it's had in the past. And they didn't really solve the problems, they just kind of gave the problems a new coat of paint. They didn't do anything to really fix it, they just changed what's causing the problem. So it's still the same problem. You know, the gameplay is still very much, you know, the haves versus the have-nots, and, you know, the campers and the people with, like, a slightly faster internet connection versus people who actually like to use strategy and tactics and not sit in the frickin' corner until the clock runs out. But, you know what? That's neither here nor there. They honestly just need to spend some time making the game balanced and fair to play. Instead of going like, how should we make it so that everybody has access to the good guns, they just need to work on making it so that every gun could be a good gun if you use it properly. Kind of like in Battlefield. Yes, there are good guns and bad guns. However, even somebody with the worst gun in the game can take out somebody with, you know, quote-unquote, the best gun in the game if they know what they're doing. Because that game actually requires, you know, skill and talent and tactics and forethought and everything that this game does not. So, yeah, there's not really much else to say. It's very standard Call of Duty. They didn't really do a whole lot to improve upon it. Frankly, they made it worse, and a lot of people playing the game agreed with me. Most people are very disappointed with this game, so if you haven't wasted your money on it yet, do not do so. This game, in my personal opinion, is worth at most $30, but I honestly probably wouldn't even pay that for it. If you're interested into more detail as to why, watch the first two videos. In the meantime, you guys have a great day. Subscribe to my channel. Vengeful Parrot, signing off.
He was one of us.